The Pendolino is a storied family of mostly Italian high-speed trains, with this, the new Pendolino, being the latest installment in Trenitalia's fleet. Used on secondary high-speed routes, this tilting high-speed trains allows for travel at 250 km per hour on Italy's extensive high-speed rail network, while being able to maintain higher speeds when traveling through curves on classic lines to serve cities off the main high-speed network. But as much as I've generally liked the new Pendolino trains in other countries, there was a few things that surprised me about Trenitalia's version that seemed a bit strange and made my 6-hour journey from Lecce to Rome slightly disappointing. Our journey begins right before sunrise at the very tip of Italy's heel in Lecce. And even here at 6 AM, the cafe is already open and the station is starting to fill with life in time for the first few departures. Restoration works are currently ongoing, and the station is starting to look really nice. So let's sit inside and find out where our train will be departing from. We are gonna be heading to Rome on the high-speed train departing at 06:05. The main station hall is small but adequate, equipped with plenty of ticket machines as well as a few customer service desks. To access the platforms except number 1, you have to use the underpass, which is on the pathway leading out to platform number 1. And here we see our train to the left and the high-speed train departing for Milan just 10 minutes ahead on the right. Both of these trains use the Frecciarossa branding, reserved for Italy's fastest high-speed trains. And my expectations were therefore high for the Pendolino, as I've previously travelled on the excellent ETR 500 trains seen here departing for Milan. In addition to the high-speed trains and intercity services, the station is of course also served by various regional trains. But we are of course here to catch this. The ETR 600 is a high-speed train built by Alstrom's Italy division, formerly part of Fiat's rail business. These high-speed trains are capable of up to 250 km per hour and have been in service since 2006. And with departure time fast approaching, I think it's about time we head on board the train. Unfortunately, these Pendolinos are not step-free, so if you require assistance with navigating the steps, please make sure to book assistance with Trenitalia. I'm today traveling in second class, which is in a 2+2 layout, and I thought I had booked an airline-style seat, but it turns out I got bamboozled by the Trenitalia seat map. Despite looking like only row 3 and 4 has a table, 14 and 15 for sure also did. So just something to be aware of on these trains. But here we are at my seat, 15D, for the journey up to Rome. Our train departs Lecce 2 minutes behind schedule at 06:07. And while we make our way out of the station and wait for the sun to rise, let's take a closer look at the route map for today's journey.
Buongiorno, siamo lieti di darvi il benvenuto a bordo del Frecciarossa 8302. Il treno arriverà a Roma Termini alle ore.
And if you didn't catch the Italian, we are on board Frecciarossa 8302 with service to Rome. Our train leaves from Lecce on the classic non-high-speed track, making stops at Brindisi, Bari Centrale, Barletta and Foggia, where the train changes direction to cut across and serve Benevento, Caserta, then finally joining the high-speed line for the last bit into Roma Termini. This is scheduled to take 5 hours 50 minutes to cover the 629 kilometers, giving the train an average speed of 108 kilometers per hour. After departure, the sun is slowly starting to rise, and it's shaping up to be a really nice day as we make our first station stop in Brindisi. The city has historically been an important trade town and continues to be so today with its large port situated on the Adriatic coast. This part of the railway line is mostly flat and allows for speeds of up to 200 km per hour. Normally, I don't like unnecessary announcements, but I do like this one Trenitalia has, reminding people not to play TikToks on speaker while sitting in an open carriage.
Dear passengers, Please lower the volume of mobile phones and the tone of voice so as not to disturb other passengers. Thank you for your cooperation.
And speaking of other passengers, this is where the first minor issue with this train came into light. The leg space is incredibly tight at the window table seats, especially when someone is sitting right across from you, and there is very limited space to stretch thanks to the bar supporting the table being bulky in the middle. And in general, the interior design seems quite strange, with luggage rack getting windows, and then you can walk a bit further down, and then a proper seat gets basically no window. But apart from that, second class looks pretty nice. The carriage is bright, fitted with modern electronic displays showing journey information, and the airline-style seats offer much better legroom and ample space to stretch. It's not the best legroom in the world, but much better than at the table seats. Continuing into the vestibule, out here you will find plenty of luggage space, especially for larger suitcases that doesn't fit above the seat. Continuing into the next carriage, we'll find more second-class seating. It's largely identical to the carriage I just shown you, so let's skip a bit forward. In the vestibules is also where you'll find the train's toilets. So let's go and check them out. The door is easily locked using this manual knob. We got working water, as well as a working dryer. The hand sanitizer didn't get restocked in Lecce, which is a shame, but there's still soap. Overall, the toilet is looking clean and functional, and the flush is working too, so Trenitalia gets a thumbs up. Down in carriage number 3 is where you'll find the onboard bar. They got an espresso machine, drinks on sale, some snacks, and some sandwiches. It's a pretty basic offering, but it's nice to have, especially on longer journeys like this. Behind the bar you'll find the second offering on board, which is premium. The seats are exactly the same, just in a different color, and you get a free welcome drink here. And finally, we get to the third offering on board, which is business class. This is also a bit of a disappointing design choice from Trenitalia, considering their other high-speed trains first class feature both wider seats, better padding and ergonomic design, so I'm quite happy I didn't pay the extra for it on this trip. Back at my seat, we are now approaching the largest intermediate stop on today's journey. Bari, which is Italy's 9th largest city, with a metropolitan area population of 1.3 million inhabitants. And our train is actually scheduled to stop here for 14 minutes. But even with scheduled padding like that, we still managed to depart 2 minutes late. From here, our train continues up towards Foggia. So I think it's about time we take a look at the seats here in the Bay of Four. As mentioned, this pole is really annoying and really restricting your room to stretch in the window seats. And also especially annoying when you have somebody sitting across from you and you are both trying to fit your legs in. But apart from that, at your seat you will find a bin, as well as a table that can be folded out like this. And under the seat is where you'll find 2 power outlets and 2 USB outlets. The seats comes with a nice winged headrest and offers a good balance between padding and ergonomic design, which makes for a comfortable journey. The train also features easy, free to connect to Wi-Fi. But thanks to spotty cell coverage, it's not the best in the world. We're now in Foggia, and after our reversal here, the line drastically changes character as we now head into the hills in the center of the country. This part of the line is currently being upgraded and replaced by a new high-speed railway line traveling between Naples and Bari, and we can see the construction for that at various points, which eventually will cut journey times for trains using this corridor by about 2 hours. It will also greatly improve capacity along the line and make it more reliable, as it's currently very prone to delays thanks to the slow speeds, single track sections, combined with lots of freight traffic. But somehow, despite all of this, we managed to arrive into Benevento 8 minutes ahead of schedule. So I decided to take this opportunity to have a quick look at our train again. After Benevento, our train starts to make its way out of the hills towards our penultimate stop. After Cassandra, it's finally time to get up to speed, as our train will now join the Naples to Rome high-speed railway line. Thanks to a set of great separated flyovers, we can now join the high-speed line without disturbing other traffic. And now it's time to accelerate towards our maximum speed of 250 km per hour. And we will run at this speed for the remaining hour or so up to Rome. And there's just something about sitting in a smooth metal tube traveling underground with views of the surroundings at 250 km per hour. But at these speeds, the journey also soon comes to an end as we now begin to slow down for our final stop at Rome. Don't get me wrong, my journey overall was okay, and these trains are fine, but there are just a few minor things as I showed in the video that leaves me feeling a bit disappointed when I know what Trenitalia offers on their other Frecciarossa trains. In the future, I would not avoid the Pendolino by any means, but if the departure before or after was operated by one of their other Frecciarossa trains, I'd probably book on one of those departures instead. And if you're wondering about tickets, they vary based on demand and time of booking. I paid 37.5 euros for my ticket booked around 2 weeks in advance on the Trenitalia website, and I think this is very reasonable for an almost 6-hour journey on a high-speed train.
We are now arriving in Roma, final destination of this journey. Thank you for travelling with Trenitalia. We will be glad to see you again on board our trains. We advise.
So here, as we pull into the platforms, a few minutes behind schedule, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on the Pendolino are. And if you've enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel as I try to post a new video like this every Sunday. You can also follow me over on Twitter at IntercitySimon. I usually post live from my travels over there, so it's a great place to get a sneak peek at what videos might be coming on the channel in the future. Thanks for watching.